Good morning, darlings. I am actually on my way to chemo, and you guys are going to be able to ride along with me today in chemo. I've gotten permission from the doctors to videotape this morning as I receive my chemo treatment, and I want to be able to show you guys from beginning to end how I received my chemo. I've already put lidocaine. If you can see that, lidocaine is a numbing cream that goes on my port. And on top of the lidocaine, you have press and seal. Press and seal works better than saran wrap to set your port you're dressing with in order to make sure that the medication doesn't move around, that it stays on point. And when we go inside, you'll see the entire procedure, how they remove the lidocaine, how they access my port, and how they take blood from my port, and how they give me chemo and all the other drugs that I'm going to need through the port. I also get Benadryl today, which makes me sleepy, so if I fall asleep, not a big deal. I need the rest. I'm exhausted this morning. I've gone back to work part-time and worked 3 days this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and I am extremely tired. It was hard to even drive out this morning. God will take care of me. We're almost at the finish line of this chemo journey, and so happy to say I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I can see the finish line in Jesus' name. So come with me as I go to chemo.
I receive chemo treatments at Texas Oncology. Today's visit is going to be pretty long, so bear with me while we truncate this 3 to 4 hour session into this 20-minute video for you guys. So here I'm getting comfortable unloading what I call my chemo bag. I did a video on this a couple of weeks ago to let you know how to prepare for chemo, wearing something comfortable, wearing comfortable shoes, bringing a blanket, as well as entertainment. And I also bring snuggle socks because you're going to be there for a while. So I typically take my shoes off and get extremely comfortable. Since you have to be there for a while, you might as well be comfortable. We have a bag of snacks, and I will place a link below to the video that I did regarding how to prepare for chemo. And as you can see, I have on a long sleeve jacket, and underneath that short sleeve shirt. And typically I get out of my jacket and dress in layers because chemo pushes you into early menopause, so it causes me to have hot flashes. I typically wear the long sleeve jacket in the event that I'm cool, and when I'm having hot flashes I can get out of the long sleeve jacket. The jacket also has a hood on it for me to cover my head when I'm a little chilly in the room. This is a sterile kit used to access the port. The nurses open this as they prepare to get ready to access my port. She is actually putting the saline solution on the hanger right now, and that is so all of the medications that are given will be given through that particular drip. She's going to remove the lidocaine now and clean it off. And if you'll notice the picture before, the nurse had a mouth guard on because the port is extremely sterile. She covers up every time she has to access the port. And there we go. The port has now been accessed, and what she has to do is take blood from me in this particular port. She's having trouble getting blood on today, and as you can see, she's pulling back on it to make sure that she gets a return of blood. She's making me cough because there's no blood return. Now we're going to have to do a little bit of aerobics because she's not receiving any blood return. Each time before chemo is given, they take blood and they test the blood to check the platelets, which are the cells that help form clots and stop bleeding in your blood. They check hemoglobin, which measures the amount of blood that contains iron and carries oxygen. They also check the red blood cells, as well as, I can't pronounce it, so I'm not going to mess it up, but I know they do check your hemoglobin, your white blood cells, your platelets when they take blood. And at this point, she still is not getting a return. So we're doing the acrobatics now. There we go. The blood is coming now. So they will take blood from me. Now that we've finished giving blood, she's hooking me up to the drip. Everything that is given to me will be given to me in the drip. All of the pre-meds will be given to me through the drip. I will have a large bag of fluids on today. I'll have Benadryl, lorazepam, and Ativan, as well as the Taxel for today. She's giving me the large bag of fluids now, and I typically get fluids because throughout the week, if I'm not getting enough water, I may experience a little bit of dehydration. She's hooking me up to the fluids right now. Now she's going to calibrate the machine to determine how fast the drip is going to flow. Typically when they do this, they ask you if you have any heart problems because they don't want the drip to go too fast, causing your heart to pump too fast. There's a large bag of saline, which is the fluid that I'm getting, but the smaller bag to the right of the screen that you can see, everything that's given is diluted with that small bag of saline, so that bag will remain. This larger bag that you see, I will receive the entire bag of those fluids before she actually starts with any pre-meds. Now we are about to receive the pre-meds. Each time she gives me medication, she asks my name and my date of birth to make sure that I am receiving the correct medication that she has pulled from the pharmacy. She's putting on her gloves because she is going to hook up the Benadryl that I'm going to receive, but the lorazepam and the Ativan has to be given through a line on the drip. So she's gonna, as you can see, those bags sitting on the table are the Benadryl, the lorazepam, and the Ativan. The Ativan and the lorazepam are in a syringe that you see me holding in my hand. The Benadryl is in the bag sitting next to it. That's the Benadryl. And they give the Benadryl to you in a drip because Taxel can cause allergic reactions. The Benadryl is to help with the itching that can be brought on by the Taxel. She's going to manually insert the lorazepam now, and it takes a minute because she injects it slowly as it is being mixed with the fluid that I'm presently receiving. It's a slow process. And when she finishes with the lorazepam, she will repeat the same process with the Ativan. The Ativan and the lorazepam are both nausea medicines. The lorazepam makes you sleepy and relaxes you. It takes the edge off while you're receiving the chemo. And now she's administering the Ativan. Same exact way. And as you can see, I drink plenty of water during chemo, even though they're giving me a bag of fluids. I tend to drink a lot of water before, during, and even after chemo. Chemo puts a funny taste in your mouth. I try to keep mints, sugarless gum. Sugar doesn't taste good while you're on chemo either, so I would suggest you stay away from sugar. I typically go to sleep after this is administered. We won't bore you guys and allow you to see me sleep. These are the only two medications that are given by the nurse in the line. Everything else comes in a drip. Now we're about to start with the Paclitaxel, better known as Taxel. This is going to be the actual chemo medication. She's getting the lines ready right now. No, I'm sorry. She is actually doing the Benadryl right now. These are all what they consider pre-meds: the lorazepam, Ativan, and Benadryl. The Benadryl is given right before the Paclitaxel is given. That is the remainder of the fluids that I'm receiving. So they're still hooked up. I'm receiving fluids and the Benadryl now. I've been awakened from my nap, and this is the Paclitaxel that she just removed out of the bag. This is the actual chemo. So the bag of fluid, the larger bag is gone, and we're finished with that bag. The Benadryl drip is still there, even though it's finished. That is the Paclitaxel. That is chemo. And you'll notice the smaller bag there of saline that's still dripping. Those lines are tied together so that the saline, the smaller bag that's left, that's still dripping slow, the Paclitaxel will mix with this bag of saline as it goes into the port.
That was it.
One of the side effects of Paclitaxel is neuropathy. It's a tingling and numbness in your hands and your feet. So while Paclitaxel is being administered, I will be given a pair of gloves, a bowl of ice, as well as ice packs for my feet. The ice slows down the side effect of Paclitaxel, which is neuropathy. I'm putting on the gloves now, and she's preparing to set the drip, and there's the bucket of ice. She's making sure the line is open, that everything is going to drain properly, and she is about to set the speed for the drip. This is the part I hate. The ice is so cold, it's almost difficult to keep my hands in it. But the benefit of keeping my hands in it, and you see my feet are on ice packs. I keep my hands in the ice bucket and my feet on the ice packs the entire time that Paclitaxel is administered. The ice on my hands is so cold. It's not so bad on my feet because I put my snuggle socks on. But it's really difficult to keep my hands in the ice because it gets so uncomfortable. The key is to make sure that your hands and your feet stay cool, but it's so uncomfortable keeping my hands in the ice. The neuropathy in my hands makes it difficult for me to determine when I have a good grasp on things that I go to pick up. So it makes your fingertips numb and tingle. I'm complaining about the ice. Okay, and now we're done. They're stopping the lines right now. Making sure all of the lines are closed off. She is about to remove the line from my port. And now she is about to flush the line with heparin. Heparin is a solution that they put in the line to make sure that all of the medication has been pushed through the port and will keep the line open and make it easy to access for my next treatment. Now she is about to remove the needle from my port. And that's my homemade Band-Aid. I'm allergic to adhesive, so they have to make a Band-Aid for me every time. I'm glad that you guys were able to watch me and participate in chemo this time. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, and any questions you may have, leave them below.